Theoretically, I should mention this at the end, but this video is part of a collaborative playlist of the very worst PlayStation 2 games we can find. Click on it and you'll be watching a variety of my learned and devastatingly sexy colleagues trawling through some astonishing dreck in 3 minutes or less each. The thing is though, dear viewer, they're all wrong and stupid. Because you see, they're all picking games that were bad then and have continued to be bad. What about a game that was terrible on launch, but what little purpose it ever had has been stamped into the ground in the years since, leaving its very existence a cruel joke on the universe? People of all points on the spectrum, I give to you 2022's worst PlayStation game. I give you the Ultimate World Cup Quiz. Everything here is bad. Everything here sucks the life out of any room you put it in. There's the nearest thing this game has to an intro, which is just some crowd noise on the back of a language select screen. At least I think it's crowd noise, it could just be a recording of a stiff breeze. It goes on for minutes. The video could just be this. It would be better. There's no title screen, this is it. The entire game is 32 megabytes, and I think that's only because it's probably the theoretical minimum for a PS2 binary. The desperate attempts to lengthen the game with 4 different varieties of "there's 3 rounds of 8 questions" don't help either, and neither does the general options such as audio and music volume, which turns out to be literally audio and music volume. Music, of course, is audio, but since it turns out this game doesn't have any music, then that's an irrelevant piece of pedantry. The thing is though, none of these are Ultimate World Cup Quiz's problem. Do this right in 2005 and it would be okay. Some decent football questions for the right sort of party. The concept is at least sound enough to dodge it being the worst game ever. But the thing is, that date. This is a topical quiz, sport is fast moving, but the newest thing it knows about is 17 years and 4 World Cups ago. And this is already why it's the winner. The obvious quiz questions like highest scorers and most successful teams will all be dead wrong. That's how sport and the passage of linear time works. Ultimate World Cup Quiz though shoots itself in the face before you even get to that. The questions are universally awful, all specific number-based ones regarding the number of appearances at World Cups, which means number of games, not number of matches, and who finished in X place in Group 4 of this World Cup qualifying. Word to the wise, no one knows what number group their team was in for more time than it takes to put the games into your calendar, even if they remember the league table of what wasn't even the World Cup itself. It doesn't even tell you the right answer when you screw up, presumably because then the tiny number of questions would run out. So Ultimate World Cup Quiz was nearly the worst then, but now it's absolute trash asking obscure questions in a bad way about ancient history. It's the worst thing you can put in your PS2 by a mile, and I'm just glad there's not any more of it. Oh, for